Immigrating to Canada in 2022. In today's video update, we will discuss 4 pathways to Canadian immigration, such as Express Entry, the Provincial Nominee Program, Quebec Immigration, and family sponsorship. If you're planning to immigrate to Canada in 2022, these options will guide you to become a permanent resident. There are above 100 Canadian immigration programs to select from. But before you start your packing, bear in mind Canada's travel restrictions, specifically if you intend to travel during the pandemic. Canada's new year began with a record number of case counts of COVID-19. The federal government recently reintroduced the requirement of the pre-arrival PCR test for incoming visitors. Beginning from January 15th, many international travelers will have to be completely vaccinated with a vaccine from a recognized manufacturer. The website of the Canadian government displays the official information on travel restrictions, since they alter with the coronavirus condition. Students, workers, and approved permanent residents can enter Canada if they observe the public health guidelines. Let's take a look at Express Entry. The main immigration pathway to Canada is the Express Entry. It is the application manager for 3 economic class immigration programs, and these are the Canadian Experience Class, Federal Skilled Trades Program, and Federal Skilled Worker Program. If you are qualified for one of these programs, you might also be eligible to apply for a Provincial Nominee Program, positioned with Express Entry. However, it is not required for all PNPs. The province's own application system handles some PNPs, and they could be more appropriate for certain individuals who are not ideal for Express Entry. Express Entry works on a points grid. The applicant gets more points for having a high language score, a minimum of 1 year of skilled work experience, post-secondary education, and being between the ages of 20 and 29. Other factors that can increase your score are possessing French language proficiency, a valid Canadian job offer, a sibling in Canada, and more. Not all who submit an Express Entry profile will be eligible to apply for immigration to Canada. The Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada invites the highest scoring applicants in the Express Entry pool to apply through bi-weekly draws. In 2021, Canada welcomed applicants suitable for the Canadian Experience Class or who had formerly received a provincial nomination from a PNP. Even though the processing standard for an Express Entry application is 6 months, in 2020, the average processing time took 9 months. The pandemic delayed the processing at IRCC. As per the latest figures, IRCC has a backlog of roughly 1.8 million immigration applications across all programs. The Express Entry backlog alone is at about 140,000 applications. Processing appears to have elevated in the past few months as the government drove to reach its 2021 immigration target of 401,000 new permanent residents. Express Entry permits you to apply for Canadian immigration to any province or territory other than Quebec, which is the reason it gets a segment of its own. More about the Provincial Nominee Program. The PNP can be an alternative for individuals who are not qualified for Express Entry or candidates of Express Entry who wish to get extra points. Other than Nunavut and Quebec regions, every province and territory has a PNP. The provincial and territorial governments design these programs to fit their economic and population growth strategies. PNP immigration can be considered a 2-tier application process. Initially, you apply to the province or territory, then, if you receive a nomination, you can apply to the federal government by using it. There are 2 categories of PNPs: enhanced PNPs, which utilize the Express Entry pool to attract applicants, and base PNPs, that operate independently from Express Entry. Applicants get an automatic 600 points added to their Express Entry score if they obtain a provincial nomination via an enhanced PNP. This award raises their profile to the top of the pool and leads them to get an invitation to apply for permanent residence. Base PNPs are more resolved on recruiting applicants who help regional economic and population growth strategies. They are available to individuals who have ties to the province, such as local study or work experience, and workers whose professional expertise comes under the National Occupational Classification, skill levels C and D. These skill levels are not suitable for express entry. What's the process for Quebec immigration? The province of Quebec is a primarily French-speaking province with its own immigration program. Even though the federal government still decides who gets permanent residency, it cannot make a comprehensive immigration policy that is applicable to Quebec. If you wish to immigrate to Quebec, you will require a Certificat de Sélection du Québec, CSQ, which is administered by the Ministère de l'Immigration, de la Francisation, et de l'Intégration, MIFI. You can obtain the CSQ by applying for one of Quebec's immigration programs such as Quebec's Regular Skilled Worker Program for French-speaking international workers in skilled occupations. Quebec Experience Program is notable among French-speaking international student graduates from Quebec institutions and skilled workers. Quebec Permanent Immigration Pilot Programs for orderlies, food processing, and tech workers in specific occupations. Once you receive your CSQ, it confirms that Quebec has chosen you for immigration to the federal government. You can then make use of it to apply for permanent residency at IRCC. How to apply for family sponsorship. If you have family in Canada, you could be qualified for family sponsorship. Canadians are able to sponsor the following individuals: spouses and common law partners, their dependent children, their parents and grandparents, adult relatives. In some circumstances, Canadians could be eligible to sponsor other family members. There are eligibility standards for both parties of the sponsorship process. Canadians might have to confirm that they can financially sustain both of you. The individual being sponsored has to pass criminal and medical admissibility criteria. The applicant and the sponsor will be required to show that your relationship is authentic. For instance, in the matter of spouses, the immigration officer has to be convinced that you did not get married simply for the purpose of immigration. Each program has its own eligibility standards and different document requirements based on what country you are coming from. IRCC presents all of the up-to-date application forms and checklists on its website. Today's video update ends here. Subscribe to our channel for the latest immigration updates. Thanks for watching.